Track from there. I don't want to follow a bum lead on a system with this much potential.
Kind of bummed that they make us leave and go back, but whatever.
Nancy, have you seen Scott?
Not since we got back.
There's a huge front coming in and he's nowhere to be seen. This is not like Scott. If you see him around, will you let me know? Chase and Frosty and I are supposed to be leaving for the Grange soon, and I really need to know that someone is keeping an eye on these fronts.
Okay, so Scott's missing. I think we can go into his office. Yeah. Got something sticking out.
Brooke's been paying Scott off?
Ooh, drama! Scott, you've fulfilled your end of the bargain. My team is bound to win now. Let's meet at it's so villainous the way they put it. My team is bound to win now. This is so incriminating. Are you serious? Let's meet at the agreed upon location this afternoon before the storm hits. I'll bring your payment. Don't forget the final terms are you disappear until my team has officially been named the winner. Location, site, review surface charts. Oh god, this puzzle. 45 plus dew point and conditions moderate rain. 85 degrees plus either light hail, no thunder, or severe thunderstorm with hail. Find dates. Okay, this puzzle never made sense to me. I know it has to do with the... Oh. God, this puzzle. I'm gonna try to do it. This puzzle is this is the last like big puzzle in the game. And it does not make sense to me. Okay, so I have to find basically I find the dates that coincide with letters that'll be on here. Letters and numbers that will go on here. Okay. So is Frosty here? Yeah.
So what's up?
Oh,
I'll
never
catch
mind.
you later.
Bye now.
Scott's out murdering the storms to stop your secret rendezvous. I'm not having a secret rendezvous. Okay. So we want dew point and continuous moderate rain. I don't know what dew point is. Continuous moderate rain is... Oh, that's 45 plus. Tornado or funnel cloud. Tornado. Okay, moderate rain. Continuous, so that's 63 plus the dots. So does that mean I'm looking for dots? 85 degrees plus either light with either light hail, no thunder, or severe thunder. Okay. I'm gonna try to make it sound. Okay, so the 3 dots is 63 mod cont rain. And then we're looking for light hail, no thunder. Light hail, no thund. I wish we could take this with us. Or severe thunderstorm with hail. Which is 99, and it's this thing. Severe thund with hail. Like, for being so obvious obviously conspicuous. They make a big deal of being like, I'm gonna send you this extremely obtuse secret code. Review surface charts. 45. What does this mean? This is so confusing. Okay, so I have my numbers. Maybe I'm actually gonna try calling someone and see if they can give me a better idea of what to do. I've never done this puzzle
Please
on
tell
my
me you're
own.
going to get right up in the middle of things. Frank and I just saw footage from last year's EF3 in Kansas on the internet and
we think that you should be very careful out there and shouldn't do anything reckless.
unless you're with Frosty, he's the best.
You know Frosty?
Of course, he's only the most fearless shooter on the storm circuit today. Everyone's seen that one picture he took, the one with the grapefruit-sized hail flying right at the lens. You know what I'm talking about.
I guess he's a little more popular than I knew.
As storm photographers go, he's the one to watch. You should see if he'll give you lessons. Heck, you should see if he'll give me lessons as soon as we get this Romanoff thing all tied up.
I wouldn't go that far. In fact, if I were you, I'd steer clear of Frosty for the time being. I'd be reluctant to trust anyone who is trying to make a name for himself, or anyone crazy enough to punch the core of a storm for that matter.
All right, he might just have a point there.
I found some very interesting letters.
All right, tell me more.
Seems that Debbie's been turning down some pretty good employment opportunities.
All right, that's not very interesting at all. Continue. Not very
It's getting there, trust me. It seems from these letters that Debbie expects to take control of the team soon.
All right, she's ambitious.
These go beyond ambitions. From reading these letters, it's clear that she expects Scott out, and soon. Not hopes he'll leave, expects him to be gone. Now, either she has some information that none of the rest of the team has, or...
Or she plans on pushing him off the team herself.
Okay, well, looks like we're not going
I
to get
better
any
get
hints.
to the case.
Call me as soon as you learn anything new.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to solve this puzzle. I've never been able to figure it out completely. I do know what the solution is, though. The solution is... SH4A. GV2C. And WM9A. I'm sure there's just a big part of this that I'm missing, but honestly, I just don't, I do not get this puzzle. But not it. Really? Oh, I got it. Okay. So basically, I don't know how to get to that solution, but I know that the solution is these numbers, which then if we check here...
These symbols match Scott's. This must be some sort of code. So does this one. These are all of the windmill. That must be where Scott's been meeting Brooke.
So that's the whole thing. I'm gonna have to look up how to figure out this puzzle, because it just... Then you have to look at the notebook in the basement. I think oh, there was another notebook I had to look at. You're right. Yeah, you're right. To be honest, Chewie, I don't mind cheating on that puzzle. I usually don't like to, but...
Nancy, what are
Whatever.
you doing here?
You mean me, as opposed to Brooke?
He's so wrinkly.
Brooke? What are you talking about?
When I was fixing the phone jack, I accidentally overheard the phone conversation you two had. I could hear it through the headset on your desk.
And just what do you think you overheard?
Enough to know
Is
you
he
two are working
jaundiced?
together. You've been sabotaging your own team, haven't you? You've been doing everything you can to make sure Brooke's team wins and yours loses.
That's ridiculous.
That's why you're meeting her way out here, so the people who've been looking up to you all this time couldn't see her paying you off.
Oh, work, Nancy.
I have never gotten the credit I deserve for the work I've done, ever. I know more about tornadoes than any person alive, and I get neither the respect nor the compensation people half as brilliant as me get without lifting a finger. Why? Because I work for a podunk college run by podunk incompetents bent on badmouthing and spiting me at every turn just because I don't play well with others at their idiotic staff meetings.
Why don't you just quit?
Because thanks to them, I'm considered impossible to work with. No other school will hire me. I'm stuck here and they know it. So yes, I've been sabotaging my own team. And yes, Brooke is paying me a small fortune to do so because I've had it. I'm through. A tornado's forming. I can feel it. It'll be on the ground in minutes. And it's going to be huge. And here you are, a novice out in the field and all alone.
I don't understand why he suddenly
Nancy, please pick up.
tries to murder me.
I'm here. I think Scott knocked me out.
He did what?
When I confronted him about selling the team out to Brooke, he went berserk.
I can't believe he would do that, and with Brooke Tavanagh of all people. Well, we'll deal with that later. Right now, I need you down here at the Grange ASAP. We need to evacuate the theater, and you've got my Grange keys with you in Frosty's car.
I'm on my way. Over and out.
Alright, so it was Scott. Dun dun dun. All the clues pointed to him. It really isn't that big of a surprise, to be honest. I love her angry voice. Me too.
It's been chaos here. I was able to cobble together a pretty basic tracking system back at the homestead, and instantly I knew we were in trouble. The storm was showing a high potential of moving into town, but without the proper readings, we couldn't issue an alert. I knew we'd have to evacuate the Grange in person. But when we got here, we saw that it's locked. The shelter is locked on a performance night. I need you to take care of this while the rest of us work on a backup plan, okay? I'm trusting you here. I know you can do this.
Come
there
on.
are a lot of people depending on you right now.
I did it.
What is this
Oh
now?
god, this puzzle.
Who would double lock a storm shelter? Nancy, quick, which key opens the shelter?
Let's see. I think it's this one. Really? Oh! And tornado death. This is not an easy puzzle for me. It's very hard to see.
What is this now? Who would double lock a storm shelter? Nancy, quick, which key opens the shelter?
So silly! God. At least I can skip this part. Yeah, the tornado's
What
so
is
fast.
this now? Who would double lock a storm shelter? Nancy, quick, which key opens the shelter?
Yeah. If you click on it 3 times, that would take about 2 minutes. Not in Nancy's world.
What is this?
Okay, I'm just gonna click out of the window because she's very annoying. Okay, it's not this one. It's not that one. It's not this one. I can barely see this one. I would think it would be this one, but that one didn't work. We got 2 long prongs. Maybe this one.
Now, who would double lock a storm shelter?
It's not that one. I don't know. Maybe there's just too many people, Pansy. So it's like a deep groove in.
Quick, which key opens the shelter?
Guys, this is ridiculous. This is a very silly puzzle as well because it keeps not working.
What is this now?
You have to look at this and these, but you have to like tilt your head to do it. God.
Who would dock a storm shelter? Nancy, quick, which key opens the shelter? Yes, you did it!
Alright,
Nice job,
I just
Nancy.
guessed. I just guessed. Oops! I accidentally went outside. Okay, I'm sorry. So if I clicked too fast and accidentally went outside during the storm. Okay, so now you have to stay inside. You technically can leave now.
I think the worst is past.
Now I can leave.
Nancy, where are you going? Get in the shelter!
I can't just let Scott get away.
I'd risk my life for justice.
Okay, Nancy, first thing, switch on your GPS. That little dot you see, follow that and it will lead you right to Scott. We put a tracker on his truck. It's a safety thing. But Nancy, be careful out there. Keep this radio on and I'll do my best to keep you safe. And Nancy, I'm really sorry about everything that happened back there. Scott, he wasn't always like this. I was worried about him earlier. His heart clearly wasn't in it anymore. He was
You have to sit through this
monologue.
monologue too.
I just wanted to do what's best.
That's not what it sounded like when I overheard you talking to Frosty. You two wanted to get rid of Scott. And from where I was standing, you sure didn't sound very concerned about safety.
Nancy, I know it probably sounded bad, but there's a lot you don't know. Pete, the intern you took over for, his injury wasn't just an accident. He got hurt because Scott sent him out where he never should have been. After that, I knew I had to take over.
That's still no...
Looking back, I do things differently.
Still
but I did what I
waiting.
did for the right reason.
Still letting Scott get
I
away.
wanted to push Scott until the world saw how reckless he was being. It was a mistake. I screwed up and I accept responsibility. No matter what happens out there, promise me that you'll be careful.
I promise.
Okay, here we go. Took us long enough. So we have to avoid debris. And we have to use the arrow to find Scott. And then we just have to follow him. Oh, there he is. Our car is much faster than his, so this is not too bad, honestly. Well, I guess not. Oh, and we have to avoid the tornadoes. It's such a silly game. He's actively running into me, and we're just going. Don't know how we're not getting pulled up into the tornado either, but you know. Nancy Drew's not known for her realism.
Scott! I better find us some shelter. I wonder if there's a way to get into the spring house. Made it! Dear Ned, once the theater was successfully
Yay!
evacuated, Debbie and Chase were able to follow the GPS tracking signal to the spring house.
What a game.
Where Scott and I had
What a
safely
game.
weathered the storm. Although he was pretty seriously shaken up in the crash, Scott came to in time to see Frosty arrive with the police. He received community service for destruction of public property and interfering with public safety records. He didn't fare so well with the college. They fired him quicker than lightning hitting a bee-stung greyhound, as they say around here. So it looks like he'll actually
Is that
be
what they
serving
say
the
around here,
community
Nancy?
now, instead of just pretending to, even if it's just by picking up garbage by the side of the road. Word spread quickly about Scott's misdeeds, and soon Brooke Tavenaugh, the rival chase team leader, found herself out of a job as well. With the storm season almost over, It looked like both teams were out of the competition. Debbie, always the organizer, decided to combine the remaining members on both teams for the remainder of the season. Without Scott's ever-present storm cloud hanging over the team and his constant sabotaging, the team really began to hit its stride with Debbie in charge. 2 days after I told Krollmeister I had found the source of the sabotage and the change in team leaders, Debbie's chase team was greeted by a surprise delivery, the next generation of Krollmeister's storm tracking and detection equipment. With Scott out of the picture, Frosty renegotiated his contract. Now that he's able to pursue his own projects on the side, he's just about doubled his output. He's launched his own business, and when he's not getting pelted by softball-sized hail, you'll find him in his studio. Chase has given up on his dreams of finding oil. Even if he hadn't, he wouldn't have the time to look. Debbie's keeping him too busy. Free from having to spend his days fixing Scott's mistakes, Chase has finally had the opportunity to show off his keen sense for weather. Now that Debbie has accepted Scott's old position as head of the Canute Storm Team, he's become her right-hand man. Last I heard, he was going to assist Debbie in her classes in the fall. And when I got home, I found a surprise delivery myself as well.
Can you imagine?
The first shipment of my lifetime supply of Cocoa Crinkle bars. Krollmeister also sent me a note telling me to keep my bags packed. He has a special surprise trip planned for me as a way to say thanks. As long as it's someplace where the clouds stay in the sky like they belong, I'll be happy to go. While the winners of the Green Skies event won't be determined until fall, things are looking pretty good for Debbie's team. With the new equipment, they've logged the most storm data. And although Debbie won't be showing anyone until she's 100% sure, the team may have made a verified touchdown prediction. Yesterday, a postcard from Pa arrived. After the town repaired the storm damage to the Grange, they restaged the town play. They even added a new part about the storm, including a scene where a certain someone unlocks the storm shelter. As long as it wasn't played by Pa in a wig, I'm happy. Pa says that he remembered most of his lines this time, at least the important ones. As for me, well, I've had just about enough stormy weather for one season. Love, Nancy.
All right. Well, we didn't get too many achievements there.
After risking my life chasing down deadly twisters, I think it's time for a change of...
We got Saw for our next game. Y'all, I gotta go. I got some friends over and I'm gonna go say hi, but that was super fun. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while we played. I really enjoyed being able to have a whole Nancy Drew Sunday. Let's see if I can raid anybody. Ooh, Gooba and Jetpack is playing Blackmore Manor. Let me send you over to them. They're a really awesome Nancy Drew streamer. Raid Gooba and Jetpack. I can spell. There we go. They're super cool. They're playing Blackmore Manor. Stick around for the raid and support them and get some extra channel points. Y'all, I will see you later this week. We're going to play some more Cyberpunk. Not exactly sure of my schedule yet, but I'll let you know on Threads, on Twitter, and on the Discord. So, thanks for hanging out. Love y'all. Bye!